And everyone, thank you so much for joining us for another session of the Hot Sheet, brought to you by ReloToBaja with Costaro Real Estate. My name is Sid Chacon, and I am your real estate Sherpa here in the Baja Sur. And today we're going to take a look at the last 48 hours of new listings. Okay, my goal is to do this on a daily basis. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your attitude, I suppose, we have been having some technical difficulties and growing spurts, growing pains, growing learning curves. That's another one, learning curves. And we're trying to do our best to improve on audio and video and ultimately the performance as we do these lives because, we want them to go smooth. We want them to be entertaining. We want them to be educational. And we want you to have a good time and participate. So, thanks to all of you who have shared suggestions and ideas. It always is good to have constructive criticism. And well, what can I tell you? Right. So, thank you guys again for joining us. So, let's get started on today's hot sheet. If you want to follow along with me while you're at home, please go to relotobaja.com. And I'd like to take this moment to remind you to always feel confident. If you don't already have an account with us, feel confident to create an account at relotobaja.com. The information that you share with me on that website is ultimately just exclusively used by myself and my team, by my team and I, and only to give you service and attention. That's it. We do not share it with anybody else. We do not sell that information. So you will be speaking with a live person. It's primarily me. You might hear from one of the other members of my team if I happen to be out on with a client on tour, et cetera, et cetera. And that is my goal. My goal is to always give you my personal attention. That said, guys, let me share my screen with you and let's get started. So again, you want to go to relotobaja.com. You want to search, go to the MLS search, hit property search, and it will take you right here to this little page that we're looking at now. And we are going to keep it completely wide open. We're not going to go into any specific of areas here that are already curated for you. We're going to keep it for the entire Baja California Sur. And I'd like to remind you that our MLS, the Los Cabos MLS, covers as far north as Mulegé, Santa Rosalia, and the San Juanico area. That's very, very high up here. And that's thanks to agents that we have in the Loreto area. They many times take properties that high in the in the state. Loreto's about 6 hours away from us in Cabo San Lucas. And as I mentioned, we cover those areas here, as you can see by these little circles on my map, and all the way down to Los Cabos, from the Pacific to the Sea of Cortez. So we like to cover all of these areas for you and making sure that we're able to provide you service and attention. So that said, let's make some adjustments here. We're going to leave it all wide open, and we're going to go to less than 2 days. That's the criteria we're putting in here on the More tab. And everything else, we're going to leave it wide open unless we find that there are a lot. Looks like there's 19 again, which is quite interesting. We had 19 new listings 2 days ago. Some of these may be overlapping listings. I can identify those as we go along. And that said, let's start taking a look at some of these, guys. So if you're in the market for the over $2 million price point, okay, these are coming up as we're sorting from high to low. Interesting here. Querencia, Ocean Residences. Let's take a look at this because we've never really looked at these properties. This is a condominium, oceanfront on the San Jose corridor as you enter San Jose del Cabo, right, which is pretty cool. And Costa Azul, another great little area. So these are interesting to look at. Let's take a look at those. And I'll be selecting some here. Which one is this? This looks like it's over in the Diamante area. If I'm not mistaken, that's what this looks like. I want to test myself and see if I'm right or wrong. I could be wrong. Let's see about that one. And did we see this one already? I think this is in Rancho San. There it is. It says Rancho San Lucas. Yep, Rancho San Lucas. All right. So we'll get to those. We have about 3 of them at that $1.1 million price point. and then it drops to 885,000. So that's quite interesting. All right. So we'll try to get through all of these if we can, and I'll go through them swiftly. If you have any questions about any of these properties, if you discover, hey, you know what, I love that property, I want to know more, please have the confidence to reach out to me. Either put some comments down in the comment section below, okay, or communicate to us directly. Right? Let's see here. So let's go with this one here. Querencia. Querencia is a exquisitely cultivated, if you would, a curated community with a great sense of neighborhood amongst those that live there. It's tremendous. They have a beautiful clubhouse and activities for all of the homeowners there. A beautiful golf course as well, incredibly gorgeous golf course. And they recently, in the last few years, made the addition of their clubhouse, beach clubhouse, and added some condos. Okay, which is right here, right on this little curve right here. It's adjacent to the Cabo Surf Hotel, which, as you can see just by this image, there's quite a few waves right here. So it's a beautiful break. So if you're into golf, if you're into surfing, if you're into having a community, this curated, as I said, development of Querencia may be right for you. All right. It's again just as you enter San Jose del Cabo, and as you can see right here by this. So you're very, very close to downtown, great restaurants, amenities, and only about 20 odd minutes away from Cabo San Lucas as well. That's the beautiful thing about living in Los Cabos. You're really never too far away from anything that would interest you, right? 10 minutes, you got hospitals, supermarkets, restaurants, surf spots. I mean, you name it, it's there. That's the beautiful thing about that. Let's take a look at this property here. Now, obviously, the beach club has an additional expense. The golf memberships have their own, additional cost as well. If you're interested in knowing more about that, please let us know. This is a wonderful photograph. You can see the surf break. You can see the surfers out there. Hopefully, you can see this as you're joining us from home or wherever you may be viewing this on your tablet or on your phone. This is the Cabo Surf Hotel. It's a beautiful beach, I got to tell you, and great for surfing. Very wide terrace, nice clean lines, lots of light enters this condo. Gorgeous views from the master bedroom. 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, 3,200 plus square feet, $5.6 million, oceanfront with unobstructed views. And you're facing east, so you'll have some beautiful sunrises. Yeah, outdoor kitchen as well. So you got wonderful entertaining. And if you can hear that little cat, does not come with the condo. The cat does not come with the condo. That is my cat Perla or Pearl, and she just loves to get a lot of attention. So, yeah, what can I tell you? She's somewhere beneath my seat here. All right, let's move on to the next one. Well, actually, before we do, soar above it all in this forever ocean view residence in Querencia, offering panoramic Sea of Cortez views, exceptional sunrises, and a refined coastal lifestyle. Positioned on the third floor of the highest vantage points in the community, this residence delivers light-filled serenity, privacy with seamless indoor and outdoor living. This 3 bedroom plus 1 bunk room layout features floor-to-ceiling glass, a spacious terrace overlooking the vibrant Q Beach Club, built-in barbecue, upgraded lighting, 2 double-space parking spots, and a private owner's lock-off. Footsteps from 3 dining options, spa, fitness facility, and warm golden sand. All is provided for. All is provided for. The home is offered fully furnished with a premium high quality decor package along with proven rental ROI potential. So, I mean, that makes me feel that this is a resale. More than likely it is. If not, the developer has already put in all the bells and whistles, so to speak. They don't mention what the HOA is on this one, but we can find out for you. Let us know if this is something that interests you. Let's go on to the next one. So Costa Azul is very much adjacent. Ironically, we're looking at a Querencia condominium here with all of these, private gated community amenities. And immediately next door to that is an area called Gringo Hill, as it says right here, Costa Azul Gringo Hill. You may have remembered that I mentioned Costa Azul before. That is what this beach is named, adjacent to the Cabo Surf Hotel. You can see this beach right there. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit better. And you can even see from here those waves, right? Those swells. And that's what makes it a wonderful, great surfing beach. And it's actually a great beach for people to learn to surf at as well. So if you're into starting to surf, you want to, get to have this new hobby, this new sport, this is a great place to do it. And you can even rent some surfboards right there as well. There's some great restaurants right here next to Zippers. Actually, I think Zippers is for sale now. So if you're into getting a restaurant on the beach, reach out to me right away. Hurry up. All right. So this little section you see here behind the curve, and again, the condo we were looking at was just right here in this building right there. Okay. The condo we were looking at, this building right here, the condos we were looking at a moment ago, this is Gringo Hill right here. So you can't quite tell by this satellite photograph, but you're elevated. You're considerably elevated here. And depending on the location of this lot, you may have some views, you may not. But that said, it's all about the location. This is a great place to have your own little oasis just outside of San Jose del Cabo with immediate access to this wonderful surfing beach right here. So let's take a quick look at the photos. Now, this looks like it's offering a nice size lot or property. Look at that. Yeah, that's huge. So it's like you have your own family compound. I mean, that's pretty wicked. I mean, pickleball, tennis, you got that going on right here. You still have all this room to, build something else, add something else, whatever, tickles your fancy. Look at this wonderful little main estate right here and all of this in the front. Wow. 6.25 million. It looks like you have beautifully manicured lawns, gorgeous sunsets. Look at those sunsets, guys. Yeah, it's not a paved street. You're going 6.25, maybe it should be paved. You know what? It's part of the charm. And that's what a lot of folks look for. They want to feel like they're in Mexico and living the life, right? So it's part of the charm. 6 bedrooms, 10 baths, 15,688 square feet. I double check that. I want to make sure, because if that is all construction, probably includes terraces as well. But with that said, that's quite impressive. It's a bit of an eclectic furniture allotment here, but you might want to make some changes, or maybe it's just right. Okay, well, we may have to replace this mirror. Yeah, it looks like this was really kind of maybe a passion project over time, and because look at that. I mean, you got this palapa roof with palo fierro. Maybe that's what that is right here, palo fierro. Um, very, very eclectic construction is what I would call this. Interesting. Definitely someone's castle, right? If this seems like something you'd be interested in getting to know a little bit better to see if it's a right fit for you, again, the property is ridiculously huge. If you feel, it's kind of hard from these pictures to get a good feel, better said, of the actual dwelling, to see how well one could fit into it. The exterior obviously is really nice. It's there's a contrast, in my opinion, between the interior and the exterior. I mean, look at this. This looks like it's a separate guest house. Someone loves their gardening, and they even gave us a little bit of a topographical map here. All right, well, that's all she wrote when it came to the pictures. Let's take a look at what the description tells us. Perched above Costa Azul Beach in this exclusive Gringo Hill enclave, Casa Loma Linda offers amazing ocean views and unreal development potential for full panoramic vistas, spanning 2.42 acres. So that's quite impressive. I mean, we're looking at about almost a hectare right here at 2.5 acres. That's what a hectare would be, with approximately 15,688 square foot of construction. This 7 bedroom. Now, I mentioned 7 bedroom in the description, 5.5 bath estate. Uh, Over here, it mentions 6. So, I would want to double check things for you if that's something, if this is a property that would be of interest to any of you. For a private retreat, boutique resort, or multi-via development, mature landscaping, multiple structures, prime location, minutes from downtown San Jose del Cabo and Palmilla, make this one of the most exciting opportunities in Los Cabos real estate. I will tell you, the location here, one of the benefits that I like about this location is that it's easy to go in either direction. You just come down off that hill and you can either go under the overpass, the little bridge there, and head into San Jose del Cabo, or you hang a quick right and you're on your way to Cabo San Lucas, Palmilla Shops, Palmilla Beach. So you have actually easily 2 great little beaches immediately at your fingertips right there. And that's pretty cool. All right. Every time I say pretty cool, I keep thinking of that Saturday Night Live skit. All right. Let's look at this one now. So I said I thought this one would be in Diamante, but I don't think it is. This is actually in Pedregal. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I'll bet $1. Yep, the Pedregal. So the Pedregal is the quintessential original gated community of Cabo San Lucas. Some folks call it the Beverly Hills of Cabo. And if I zoom in a little bit more here, you can see this. There's a division line right here. Okay, and there is another division line right here. So if I take all of this space in between those 2 lines, pretty much all of this is the Pedregal, all of it, all the way up to, again, right about here. And even down here in the base area, this is all Pedregal. Majority of this is all Pedregal. That's pretty cool. So Pedregal has multiple entries to the gated community and one of them is over here by the El Camino school. Another one is here in the heart of downtown Cabo, and another one's over here by the entrance to the Waldorf Astoria. Okay, so easy access to the marina is what I'm trying to tell you, and downtown Cabo, which is phenomenal. The one side of Pedregal is primarily condominiums, and the other side is all custom built homes. And the property we're looking at right now is located right over here in this section of the Pedregal. Nothing but custom built homes, and I have to tell you, amazing views of the Pacific Ocean. You're looking virtually south, okay, directly south, with great views of the passing whales. We just started the Bisbee tournament. It's happening basically now. And so great place to watch as the boats come out of the marina and they make their turn around the famous Land's End feature, the famous Cabo Arch, and go off to look for their prize catch. It's the richest black and blue tournament in the world. And I believe right now we're having the tournament before the black and blue, which is, what is it called? The Los Cabos. It's the tuna tournament that's going on right now. Forgive me, too much information in my head. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Gorgeous open floor plan, great for entertainment, street level. And this is one of the things that you really get to really cherish about being in a gated community. It's the fact that there's rules that will guarantee you or preserve your investment and ensure your equity over time. As one of the rules here is that you cannot build above 1 story above street level. I mean, I'm kind of simplifying that rule, but there it is, as you can see right there. And this beautiful view. Four bedrooms, 4 bath, 4,600 square feet, 2,399 dollars. Yeah, right. I'll take it. You know what's nice about this one is that it gets right to it. Yeah, easy access off the street. You're right in the living room, dining room, kitchen. Gorgeous views right as you enter. Wonderful entertainment. Here's your pool area off of the bedrooms. And easy access to the pool area right from the social area on the main entry level. 2.3399, four bedrooms, four baths, 4,600 square feet. I have no doubt that this will be a great rental for investment or for a family to share. Let's take a look at what they have to say. So, incredible value, price to sell, turnkey, ocean views, newly renovated, owner financing considered. Now, that's really huge. I have to say that right now, we're experiencing for the very first time what I call our first actionable buyer's market. And this is true primarily under $1 million. The market over $1 million is still very much, as almost all the markets have been since I've been here 25 years ago, a seller's market. And so to have a owner financing considered on a property like this is great. It's a great opportunity for someone who doesn't want to really you know uh, use all their capital for such an acquisition. Um, Expect to pay about 50% down, however, maybe 3 to 5 year terms. You might be able to negotiate some amortization beyond that. 7, 5 years, 10 years, maybe even 15. But if that's the case, you would have a balloon payment on that third, fourth, or fifth year, right? That 36th, 48th, or 60th month. So located in the hills of Pedregal, Casa Nido del Mar. So Nido del Mar, that's nest of the sea, is the epitome of indoor, outdoor, or epitome of indoor, outdoor living. Thanks to Cabo's near perfect weather year round, this villa seamlessly blends open concept luxury with the natural beauty of the Pacific Ocean visibly from every corner of the home, which seems to be the case, right? Based on these photographs. Set within a gated community known for its proximity to the marina, world class dining, top choice for families, corporate retreats, and groups of friends alike. The villa features four spacious bedrooms, four elegant bathrooms, comfortably accommodating up to 8 guests. It does have a virtual tour, guys. So please take a good look at this one. You can see it on your free account at ReloToBaja.com. And those of you that are joining just now, thank you for joining us on this edition of the Hot Sheet, brought to you by ReloToBaja with Costaro Real Estate. All right, so this next one is 1.7. Let's get a good feel for this one's at, because clearly it's on the beach. Gorgeous. It looks like double. Okay, we're still in Pedregal Terrasol Beach Resort. Which one is this? Interesting. So Terrasol is like one is like the first beachfront, and I mean it like that because obviously the Pedregal, which is over here adjacent, is in this hillside community. Yes, it does have a beach, but as you can see clearly right here with Terrasol, and it's this polygon right here, trapezoid, I think is what the shape is. But this is like right on the sand. It's on the beach, and this is the first community that I could think of. It's probably the oldest one right now in Cabo San Lucas. And again, what's really great about this community, not only is it nestled in between all of these hotels, which is phenomenal because you could literally walk over to these restaurants or enjoy their spas if you wanted to. Um, this community, Terrasol, does have a gym, which is pretty good, pretty great gym. They recently renovated it. It does have a restaurant on site, and it has two pools, as you can see from here. But the location is, again, off the chain, as the kids like to say, because you can literally walk across to the marina. Bam, you're there. So, what do you want to do? What kind of fun do you want to have? You're right there. You're even walking distance to this little Tuna Cannery beach over here, which is very popular with the locals, but it's a beautiful beach, easy to swim in as well. So you could walk to it if you wanted to. And if you're into hiking, this is a hiking path right here. There's a gentleman that likes to train dogs, and he'll take a donation and he will walk you all the way up. Somar Hill is what it's called, what many folks call it, but official name Cerro el Vigía, as it says right there on the map. But yes, that is a beautiful hike, and you can see like 360 degrees from Divorce Beach, Lovers Beach, the Solmar Beach, sorry, this is the Playa Grande Beach, and everything, the marina, all of it. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous view. So great location. All right, let's take a look at this property because this is a very rare find. 1.7 million, one bedroom, two bath, 1775 square feet. Very, very rare find. Wow, I'm just taking it in. Look at this, completely redone. Very modern feel to it. It's like, wow. Is that all the pictures you gave us? Seriously? Man, why so little pictures? Okay, they really want you to ask for more, I suppose. Let's see what the description says. Wake up to the sounds of waves and breathtaking, unobstructed views of the Pacific in this rare, one of a kind oceanfront condo, thoughtfully designed by combining two levels into a single spacious residence. This one bedroom, two bathroom home offers the ultimate in luxury, coastal luxury. Step inside to find a bright, open concept living space with floor to ceiling windows that frame the endless blue horizon. High end finishes and designer touches are found throughout, including a modern kitchen equipped with with top of the line appliances perfect for cooking with a view. Upstairs, a private primary suite offers serene ocean vistas, a spa inspired ensuite bathroom, and ample closet space. A second full bathroom on the main level adds convenience for guests. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, very rare. Very, very rare. And they don't give us anything on the HOA. You know, when I remember to look, we just don't seem to find it. But again, if this is something that interests you, I believe you'd be hard pressed to find a one bedroom condo on the beach with this type of location right across from the marina. Yeah, what can I tell you? Phenomenal. All right, let's move on to the next one. So Rancho San Lucas. Now we've gone from what we could call the heart of Cabo San Lucas, you know, the marina area, and now we're going north of on the north end of Cabo San Lucas. As we're kind of leaving town, you will pass gated communities, these luxury high-end communities, such as Diamante, and just past that, you will find Rancho San Lucas. Now, Rancho San Lucas is a development that is made by the families, plural, that own or owned the Somar, the Playa Grande resorts. Okay, in that respect. So some part of the family owns the resorts, the other family does the real estate. And that said, there is a Greg Norman designed golf course here. That was interesting. Do they look almost like they're the same size? I would think that this is the spa, the hot tub, and that's the pool. The perspective on this is interesting, right? But there you go, two-car garage, beautiful two-story villa. Frida Kahlo. You get some views right as you enter. You know, the beautiful thing about the construction here, I love these homes because they have, a great sense of strong construction, very well thought out and done floor plans, and the detail to the finishes is really nice, as you can see right here. It's elegant, it's classy, it's simple, and lots of light. 1.57 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, 4,193 square feet. There you go. The community is still underway as the development continues to grow. They have commercial areas that they will be developing as well that will help uh, fill out the community, in addition to restaurants on site. So, located within the exclusive Rancho San Lucas community on Cabo's Pacific side, this stunning two-story golf villa blends coastal elegance with desert serenity. Thoughtfully designed to capture natural light, maximize outdoor living, the residence offers the perfect balance of resort-style comfort and private home living, ideal as a full-time residence or investment property. I would agree with that comment. Step inside to an open concept living and dining area that flows seamlessly to the covered terrace, where a private pool, spa, and fire pit invite you to relax under the stars. The chef's kitchen features high end finishes, custom cabinetry, Caesar stone, quartz countertops, and a breakfast bar perfect for casual mornings or entertaining after a round of golf. Upstairs, the primary suite serves as a serene retreat with a spa inspired ensuite bath and private terrace access. What can I tell you? This is pretty nice. Okay, they did give us some information here as far as the HOA monthly, 14,000 pesos. Don't let that scare you. In dollars, that's about 776 US. With the exchange rate, it'll vary obviously as the exchange rate varies, but that's what we're talking about right here. It's interesting. They put the annual property taxes. Be here's a little note and something for you guys to be aware of. When you look at property taxes on these listings, that is what the current owner is paying in property taxes. Now, likely, like you want to buy at a certain price now and know that it's going to go up in value when you go to sell it later. So when it goes to sell later, it gets reassessed. And so what that means is these property taxes are not going to be your property taxes. They're likely going to change. Okay. Now, in this example, they're looking at 21,896 pesos. Again, don't be afraid. That's only 1,188 US dollars. Okay. In that respect. And now, one of the beautiful things about the Cabo San Lucas, the Los Cabos municipality, is that they will give you a discount if you pay your HOA fees in January. I believe that's 20% off of your property taxes. If you pay it in February, they give you a lesser discount. You pay it in March, they pay you then an even lesser discount. I think it goes 20, 15, 10. And then after that, there is no discount. Now, that said, interesting note, you don't have to pay your property taxes in full at the beginning of the year. You can pay them every 2 months, what they call a bimester. So if you wanted to, pay your property taxes on a bimester basis, 6 total payments, they do not penalize you for that. You don't pay extra because you choose to pay it in that fashion. So what can I tell you? Pretty cool. Pretty cool that the municipality does that. All right. And again, let's take a quick look at the map just to give you guys, because I think I skipped that, just to give you guys a sense of where this is located. And again, you can see the golf courses here. This is a Greg Norman golf course. There are the Greg Norman Oceanfront Estates right here. The Grand, oops, did not mean to do that. The Grand Somar Beach and Dunes Golf and Spa Resort right here, which is pretty cool, right? And as you drive out, you get on Highway 19. You could choose to go north and take the toll road right here. That'll get you directly to the airport. So again, you can bypass the entire what they call tourist corridor and any traffic that might come along with it. But you do compromise because you don't get to have that, scenic route, as they say, and you don't have to go through all of downtown Cabo. So a lot of folks do choose to take this bypass, and other folks will take the bypass here and then they'll hit the shopping because there's quite a few supermarkets right here before you get to Rancho San Lucas. Now, if you're interested in going into town, it only takes about 20 minutes to go from there to here. And I mean from here, like the highway, as you exit the community to downtown, even with traffic, it's about 20 odd minutes. So you're really not too far out of town, even though it feels like you are in a rural setting, right? So interesting. All right, let's go on to the next one. 1.1 million. And it looks like today we're doing the hot sheet over a million. We're already about halfway through our show, and I'll try to hit up some more as quickly as I can below. So I'll be selective with the rest. Please feel free to take a look at the hot sheet yourself every day. You don't have to wait for me, but if you like to, join me, why not, right? Grab a cup of coffee, uh, or a beer, or wine, or whatever you like to drink, tequila. I'm drinking coffee, or tequila, and have some fun with me. Again, this is the hot sheet brought to you by ReloToBaja with Costaro Real Estate, and my name is Sid Chacon. I am your real estate Sherpa, helping make sure every step you take is a solid one. All right, so this is a great location. I say that almost about every one of these, and I'll tell you why. It's because I really do love living in the Baja Sur, and the reality is they're all great locations. I mean, come on, you always got beaches all around you, and great surfing spots all around you, great restaurants, hospitals. I mean, what do you want? What do you need? It's there. So here's what's cool: you are virtually equal distant from San Jose del Cabo and Cabo San Lucas in this property right here. This is the El Tule riverbed right here, and this is the El Tule beach. And this is one of the three, you've heard me mention this before, one of the three surf breaks found in between Cabo San Lucas and San Jose del Cabo. Yeah, there's three surf breaks, and you don't have to go very far. You can reach two of them easily within about 10 minutes of each other, and another one, another 10 minutes. So, yeah, what can I tell you? That's pretty cool. Let's go back to this. So this is found in this residential El Tule gated community, which is like a community within a community, a gated community that has a gated community inside of it. And this one in particular, okay, this is a residence that is found adjacent to the Vela Mar condos. So let's take a quick look at this one. I've seen this property before. Interesting to see that it's on the market. Now, right off bat, as you can see with this photograph, your street level, you come in, you have a two-car garage. I believe there's some storage areas right here as well. But you go up the stairs to this elevated pad where you do have a pool, you have your barbecue area, your outdoor kitchen, and of course, it looks like you have bedrooms here and your living space, your social area. So let's take a look at this. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 9,500 square feet. I believe that does include the terraces. And there's your view. Now, this particular, you know, um, area, specifically the gated community that we're talking about here, has some tremendous contour to it. Okay, and here's, so you can see this line right here. This is the limit of the property. All of this right here. This limits the property. This is yours, if I'm not mistaken. This parcel of land right here. You can add on to your home. Or am I mistaken? I'd have to confirm this, or if this is another lot altogether right here. I don't think it is. I think it's all part of the same owner. Okay, so let's take a look at something, because as I'm looking at this, I'm curious to see back on the map what terrain we have in front of us. And if you go to hybrid, if you go to terrain, I want to see this real quick. You notice you have these lines right here. It tells you the elevation. This is at 100 meters above sea level. This is 50 meters above sea level. So you can clearly see you have a nice incline. That's about a 50-meter mark. All right, let's go back to this. Okay. So this area right here, you see this? This is a dry riverbed. Okay. It likely will never be built on at all, as it has to be respected for drainage purposes. As you can see already with other areas of the community, they've already taken that into account. Okay. That said, there are some homes right here, right, from a previous developer. This development is still not finished. I'm curious if these these lots right here are available for future development. If they are, here's the good news: they likely will be. They are on a slope and they slope down towards the arroyo. And if they stay at um, one story above street level, you'll conserve your views. But that's something that we would want to confirm, right? If this was a property that you were interested in. So I just like to point that out, and we can see for ourselves those little details. That's where I help you do your due diligence. We make sure that those things are all taken care of. All right, let's move on. So right away, these drop considerably. Yeah, considerably. I mean, we're talking $300,000 approximately right here, and then from there, bam, we're at 489. So you know what? Why don't we start at the opposite end of things here for a second, and let's pick one at 183. This is Cerritos. We'll take a quick look at that one. We're right at the 200,000 mark. Cabo Costa. All right, this is a cool one. Also, I want you guys to see that one. And we'll take a look at this one because it's in Loreto. All right. So let's see how quickly I can knock these out. And thank you again for joining me, guys. This is the Hot Sheet brought to you by ReloToBaja with Costa Real Estate. And again, my name is Sid Chacon, and I am your real estate Sherpa in the Baja Sur, helping sure every step you take is a solid one, guys. So let's go to the map. And okay, yeah, I know where this one's located here. So this is very close to downtown in an area we like to call the Sunset area, the Sunset Valley. There's a little hill right here. There's another hill right here. And you might remember there's the Pedregal. So the hill crest goes about right here. Okay. And then there's this other hill. And this road goes all the way up and then comes up via Deleri into what is called Kivira. Okay. Right over here. You may have joined, if you joined me on previous episodes, we've talked about that before. It's a development by the Pueblo Bonito group. And this particular property is found right here in the Sunset area. The beautiful thing about Sunset, some folks can walk it and they will walk it all the way down into town. Because again, here's downtown Cabo right off the bat. But in the surrounding area, you have restaurants, like Luna Italiana. You have right down here, there's a brand new, great traditional Mexican restaurant with phenomenal food. There's an Argentinian street food restaurant. There's a seafood restaurant. And if you like a little bit more high end, there's Martin's restaurant right about here. I mean, all super close to you. You don't even have to go really deep into downtown or into downtown at all. You could just stay in the neighborhood, quote unquote, right? And enjoy that. So great for Airbnb, great for long-term rental, great for personal use. And at 183,000, again, this is a phenomenal price. Let's take a look at the condo and see what they're offering. So it looks like they've done some upgrading in the kitchen. I'm sure this construction is not young. Oh, look at that. That's an interesting look. So yeah, one of the things you might want to do is maybe just redo the finishes on the carpentry. give that an update. This looks like it's right at, I think I've been in this condo before they sold it. Now they're selling it again. Yes. Okay, this is a street level condo. I mean, right on the uh, main road right there going up the hill. There is some great little restaurants right immediately adjacent to it. There's gasoline station, a great sushi little restaurant. If you like your pastries and your coffee, there's a great coffee shop there as well. Yeah, so it looks like they. I remember what this looked like before this current owner is now selling it. They have done some renovations to it, 100%. I believe they redid the tiles. They did some updates, as you can see in the kitchen and whatnot. This would work great for a little Airbnb, you know. And at 183,000, I think you can hit that magical 1% per month gross. You know, that's $1,830 per month. If you could rent this out for, let's say, you know, just half the month at a time, 15 nights, that's $122. I mean, frankly speaking, maybe you can adjust that price, go a little lower than that, maybe hit it just under 100. What if we went with $95 a night? If we took that 1,830 and divided it by 95, you know, 19 nights. Can we do 19 to 20 nights a month at under $100 for 2 bedrooms, 2 full baths with this location? You can easily use your Uber to get back and forth from here. Phenomenal. And it does have a pool. Okay, so what can I tell you? Let's see. Looking for an affordable condo in Cabo, this turnkey 2-bedroom condo offers the perfect blend of comfort, convenience, and lifestyle. Ideally located less than a mile from downtown Cabo, you'll be just steps away from top tourist attractions, restaurants, bars, coffee shops, convenience stores, and the Cabo Marina. So for under $100, a 2-bedroom with, you know, that proximity to downtown Cabo and a pool, you know, what can I tell you? Definitely a long-term rental, 100%. 100%. All right, let's go on to the next one. So now we're in Cerritos. We're over on the Pacific side, and Cerritos is about 20 odd minutes, 30, depending on how slow you drive or how fast you drive, from Cabo San Lucas, and almost a little bit past the halfway point towards Todos Santos. Todos Santos is about 45 minutes away, and it's a magic town here in Mexico. It's got some history as well. Cerritos is primarily known for its surf break at Cerritos Beach, as you can see from here. And there's at least, I don't know what, 4 different beach clubs right here that have all kind of birthed in the last 12 months, some a little bit earlier, longer. But that's pretty cool. And this is a ground floor condo. Now, you'll notice this does have a bit of a grade of an elevation. My only curiosity would be what gets built over here on this lot in front. Could potentially affect the view, but it depends, right? Because there is a road right in front here, and that could help protect some of that view, at least in this direction, right? A little askew, not directly looking straight out, but askew in this direction. You likely still keep something. You're really buying location here, guys. You know, enjoy the view while you got it. But the proximity to the main beach and the surf is really what you're getting here. We have looked at a condo here before. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 570 square foot for 199. I believe you can definitely rent this puppy out. And you know, the common areas does include that, you know, that pool area, the little restaurant, that bar. And if we go back to this is a very common type finish in this area of Cerritos, you know, the polished cement look. It's very minimalistic. But see, here's what I'm talking about. So this comes down, you can kind of see here that there's a little, like a picket fence that goes all the way up. So this lot right here is the only thing that potentially could block a view. But again, you're buying proximity to the beach. That's really what you're getting there. Enjoy the view while you got it. All right, let's go on to the next one. So Cabo Costa. Oops, I didn't hit the map. because this one I really want to show you where it's located. It's not so easy to describe. So Cabo Costa is on the Cabo corridor right as you're entering Cabo San Lucas. Okay. And this developer, I believe this is now the second phase that they're doing now. So you can't quite tell on this map. So again, here's Highway 1. This is Cabo del Sol. You just pass it as you're coming into Cabo. Here's Costco to give you a reference point. Okay. And there's your main beach. There's the marina, right? So again, not too far. You're really about 10 minutes from town, or less, with some traffic depending. As you go up this road right here, Calle La Paloma, this is on this like triangle, this end of it right here. This is where you're going to find Cabo Costa. Okay. They've already done the first phase and are delivering condos already. This is likely to be in the second phase. Let's take a quick look at what the details say right here. 2-bedroom condo with private pool, El Tizol. So this is a ground floor condo more than likely because it has its own private pool. Cabo San Lucas experience, modern Cabo living in this stylish 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath condominium located in the desirable El Tizol hillside. I will say this much. The El Tizol hillside, guys, is very well self-contained. There are restaurants now and restaurants and restaurants. High end. What do you want? Italian, Mediterranean? You want, burgers? You want a pizza shop? You want pasta? You want some farm to table restaurant? All of that is found on the El Tizol hillside. In addition to Costco, to supermarkets, hospitals, it's really there. You don't even have to go into town unless you really want to. And that's what's really cool about that. It doesn't say, did I see it? Step outside into your own plunge pool, perfect for relaxing or entertaining under the Cabo sun. Premium amenities, mere steps away, include a gym, heated pool, fire pit, shared kitchen, co-working area. Yeah. Okay. So this is a ground floor condo, unit 102. Let's take a look at these photographs. Now, I will tell you, the road up to Cabo Costa is paved. This is like just as you get off the road, this little section right here is not paved. This is the clubhouse. Okay. So it's the community clubhouse area that you're looking at right there. There's your gym. Here's your pool. There's your view. And okay, so this is a perfect example. The photograph was taken off of your terrace, on the patio of the condo. This is the little pool that they were talking about. It does have like built-in seating, so it's kind of like a dipping pool, splash pool, whatever you like to call it. You do have here this tempered glass wall right here. I believe over here this is designed for gardening. You can put in some flowers right there or whatever. Keep it deserty so you don't have to use a lot of water. And this is the view you get from the condo. Okay. So you're looking at some peekaboo water views, and obviously you're this walking distance to the clubhouse. There's your double vanity, big mirror. They didn't do a good picture, but this is right here where my cursor's at. This is where that other picture was taken from. Okay, right here. You can see that here's that garden area that I told you about. And you can't quite tell from this photograph. Why did they do a vertical shot? I don't know. But it's about right here. Actually, it was this one over here based on the clubhouse. It was this one over here. And that's all she wrote with those photographs. All right. Again, great location. Santa Carmela area as you enter Cabo San Lucas. All right. So now we're on the marina, and we are at the Paraíso residences. All right. Just to give you a good sense of the location. So here's your marina, right? Here's the main beach. Those of you that are familiar with the area, you've probably eaten at the office before, gonna go have some fun and enjoyed all of the drinking games over at Mango Deck, right? The Milky Way, or maybe you've enjoyed hanging out right here at the Baja Brewing Company, the 360 rooftop, which is quite sexy. And right across the street is the mall. And inside the mall, on the top floor, by the way, right here, see this? This is the driveway for your own private parking on the top floor of the Puerto Paraíso Mall. And all of these that you see right here, these are all condos with their own private rooftops. All of these are condos with their own private rooftops. So what that means is, guys, I mean, you literally take an elevator, you go down, boom, you're right on the marina. I mean, how much fun is that? Right now, the Bisbee that's going on, all of the stands, the stalls are right here, right? Everybody's right here. This is where the main Bisbee area is at. This is where they're doing the weigh-ins right here, where the Cabo sign is located. So yeah, great location, off the chain, right? And although you may not have the best views because you're kind of looking up and out, from that area right here, it's very well protected when it comes to storms. And again, location, 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 the number one rule in real estate. So let's take a look. These are the views that you get. Let's look at these photographs. See, again, you can see here all of these terraces. There's a gym right over here, if I'm not mistaken, exclusively for you. Now, this space right here, you can kind of see these floral potted areas right here. This helps limit your patio area before you enter your condo. Okay, so this is your area, yours for you to enjoy. So if you wanted to put some tables out there, you could do that. You also have like your own outdoor patio in the condo that's private. Okay, nobody's going to see you there. This stairwell leads up to that rooftop patio that we were describing earlier. So again, this is private with a phenomenal location. So if you want to be in the heart of it all and still have, this nice, sexy condo and then feel like you're in a secluded, private space, this is it. I mean, this is really it. Yes, you're compromising some views for location. And again, you're in the mall. I mean, you just go downstairs, do all the shopping that you want. You got banks. There is a supermarket in the mall. Okay. The Chedraui downstairs in the mall, you got that supermarket. So you forget something, boom, you just take the elevator, go down to the supermarket that's in your mall, right? That's pretty cool. Cross the street, you're over at Walmart and you're in the heart of everything. What more could you want? And the view that you get from the gym is, as you could see, is pretty cool. Off the chain. I'm gonna have to find some new words to use, right? There's nothing like making fun of yourself. All right, 1 bedroom, 2 full baths, turnkey condo, Paraíso residences located in the heart of Cabo San Lucas. Again, the price point here, $399,000 for the location, guys. That's what you're getting, and that's a swanky little place right there, if you ask me. All right, let's go on to the next one. If any of these appeal to you, please let me know. Shoot me a message. Remember, my name is Sid Chacon, and I'm here to help you make sure every step you take is a solid one. And that's why I'm the real estate Sherpa in the Baja Sur. All right, guys. So let's take a look at this one. Now, we're up in Loreto. Imagine we just took a flight, snapped our fingers. We're now 6 hours north of Cabo San Lucas in the Loreto area. This is in the Nopolo area. That's why it says that right here. And it has little neighborhoods like Aquaviva, Founders, communities inside Nopolo. This was designed by the National Tourist Fund of Mexico, which doesn't exist anymore. But they designed this as a way to foster and foment the tourist industry, specifically starting in the Loreto area. Loreto does have an international airport. As we come over here, let me see. Here's the international airport. And Loreto, the town of Loreto. One of the things, if you haven't heard me say this before, Loreto is really recognized by its islands. This is Coronado Island. Over here, you have Isla del Carmen, and this is a national park, water park, if you would. Here's another island. I believe this is Danzante, Isla Montserrat, and there is one more, Catalina, right here, Isla Santa Catalina. So these are the five major islands in the Loreto area, but there are a ton of other islands as well, little tiny ones. That said, the fishing here is amazing, just amazing. And in here, the Founders Lot, this is a great place to go kayaking, a great place to go snorkeling. Right off of here, you can see so many things. And they do have a golf course, a great place to have some fun. So let's take a look at this one. Have I been in this community before? It looks familiar to me. Yeah, these are condos. Okay. Yeah, I believe we had right here. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I have been in these condos right here before. We had a little Halloween party right here. I lived there for about a year in Loreto, and great place, very nice, lots of nature. If you're a nature lover and you love flora and fauna, this is a phenomenal spot. 2 bedrooms, two bath, $489,000, surrounded by golf course, surrounded by a little estuary. There's a marina nearby, literally like steps away. Great community, which is if you like to zip around on bicycles or on your golf cart, that's phenomenal. As you can see right here, look at all these. You can even take, if you're into fishing off of your kayak fishing, this is a fisherman's dream. Yeah, there you go. They even put in like a little beach. Like you see that right here? This is a little beach off the pool. And in front of that beach is that estuary that we were talking about earlier, very close to the marina. All right. Well, that does it. We did 10 out of the 19, guys. Sorry we couldn't get to all of them, but I don't want to keep you for very, very long. I want to keep these at about an hour or less. I might have to learn to do it a little faster. I'd love to keep going, and sharing, but I don't know if you're following me. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. And of course, always share it. Share it with a friend. If you feel that you know somebody that might be interested with what I'm sharing, make sure that they get this, guys. And always feel confident to reach out to me at any time for anything that you feel I can help with. Look forward to hearing from you guys and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.